All right.
Monday.
Welcome to another Woods Report. Today is my birthday.
I said she could have taken off today just to enjoy your birthday for tonight, but you chose to still come and give some stories and updates to our audience.
It's a lot of stuff going on, so that's why a lot of stuff going on. So
and some updates on what has happened previously.
Oh, yeah, and stuff that we looked at before.
Because a lot of times with the politics and entertainment and sports, if things are said in social media, it may be a backlash for people may come back and say, what'd you say? And it could be a month ago, 2 months ago. You still get feedback from people.
Right. So, and then you still try to do like updates and stuff like that.
Yeah, to the person, stories that we've started to tell.
Yep.
Okay.
So who just came in? Say hi to him. I'm doing this.
Hey, bro. Everybody, and you said a little happy birthday thing up so people know.
Oh, for me to say it's my birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Go on,
happy birthday. I should sing what's her name's version that she wrote herself.
What was it?
Kelly Price. I don't remember.
Oh, see, you don't even remember.
See, you're gonna brag about it. Let it be a melody that you can keep.
Tapped into Facebook. Anytime you go on to Facebook, when somebody hacks somebody, all you see is nude pictures when you pop up.
Oh, how you get rid of that?
It's on their page. You can't. It's on that person's page.
Oh, but you can't not make them your friend, or
well, you don't want to get rid of somebody because somebody hacked them and showing naked pictures or whatever.
Oh, but so it pops up on your stories line and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I don't want to talk about it, but I have to.
Katt Williams, when he made his interview.
Remember I kept saying, can we leave the Katt Williams thing?
No, it's like the Monique thing. That may even come back again.
Remember how we talked about, we was talking about how we're Bears, Chicago Bears fans.
Right.
And how we can't stand the Packers.
Right.
And a lot of it has to do with the fans.
Right.
More than it has to do with the actual players sometimes.
Right.
That's how I feel about that Katt Williams interview.
Really?
I walked away. When I watched it, I was like, oh, this was funny. It was entertaining. It was funny. There were some things that Katt said that was true. And then there were some things that I know Katt said that wasn't true. Because some things just didn't make sense. And then some things I was like, it's not true because what I know about him from following his career and stuff, I knew it wasn't true. Or just allegations that's been made about him in the past. Mm-hmm. So I walked away just thinking it was funny. It was funny. It was Katt being his brilliant Katt self and connecting the dots and us laughing. Well, black folks can't just walk away with it. He got to be a truth teller.
But no. On the opposite end of that, I didn't.
Well, yeah, you came up with him said he was bitter or whatever.
I felt like he was another Monique.
Yeah,
and even in their funniness,
it was bitter. It was
parts true, parts not. I felt the spirit it came from.
Right. Well, to me, I didn't care because I know that as a comedian, sometimes we'll tell jokes and we'll be heated and we still tell the joke. Yeah. So it still may come from a hard, heated place, but it's still funny. So that's when he said you a fat Faison liar. I thought that was funny. Oh, even though I know he got beef with Faison. You know what I'm saying? Oh. He didn't have to say you a fat Faison liar.
No.
So I thought that was funny. Okay. And then saying Steve Harvey has a unit on his head. I thought that was funny. So you can still be bitter at Steve, but it's fun.
I don't mind the cracking and the throwing shade that way.
Right.
But when he was making comments about comedians wearing the dresses
and all that stuff,
that to me is like, okay, I get it. That's your opinion.
But a lot of guys feel like that. But we're not going to go down there because we always do that.
Well, we have to because we're going to talk about it.
No, but the whole show, when we was talking about when sometimes they have to, sometimes they don't.
I'm so glad you got this because I agree with Marlon Wayne said.
So when I watched the thing, I was like, I walked away with it thinking that it was funny, it was stand up, and I took it for what it was, entertainment. But then I told you, like a lot of black people, it had to walk away with, it has to be like he's the spokesperson for comedians. Before it was Dave. Now they brains is about to explode because Dave is not on Katt's side. So now it's like, does not compute. Before it was Dave was the truth teller and Dave was all and Dave was God. And now it's like, well, Katt is the truth teller. Katt is God. So when they two gods don't like each other or not saying the same thing, the brains explode. Because now Dave is Illuminati or Dave is, They don't know how to like take everybody for what they say as their opinion. Mm-hmm. and move on.
Yeah.
So I thought how I did with the Packers fans, like I said, they started making me like, I don't want to hear nothing else about Katt Williams because that's all people was talking about. So it made me like, if I even met Katt, I'd be like, get away from me. That's all they talking about is you. And he'd be like, what I do? They making me not like you because they so ridiculous with you. And he like, that don't have nothing to do with me. So he's right if he did say that. It's the fans and the people that watch that make these things ridiculous. So Dave Chappelle came out. We knew people was going to answer. We knew the ones who he was talking about was going to answer, number one. We knew Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey said something. Did you know that? Mm-mm. Steve Harvey was on Family Feud, his job that he gets paid a lot of money to do. And he's talked more about the sense of what his grandmother said about people going to talk about you. They going to hate. They gonna do that. You keep on, keep moving. And he said they don't a dog or whatever don't bark at a whatever it was. It was along the lines of they go at the car is moving. They gonna chase things that's moving. If you just standing there, nothing can chase you or come after you. Okay. But when you're moving, something can always be trying to get you or something like that. Okay. Along those lines, you know, Steve. Mm-hmm. And so that was his only thing. He's
always philosophical.
Yeah, always got to be philosophical. But and then you already know what Faison. Faison went off. And then Mike Epps said, "Why you didn't mention me?" Talked about him fake shirt and all that. Funny. Even though Mike was like, I know it's real. See how people take stuff. Now Mike is jealous of Katt Williams because he was cracking on him on stage. We're comedians.
Why you didn't crack on me, man?
Yeah, it's not real. And when they see each other, like Ricky Smiley said, last time he got in that beef with Katt, he saw him and Katt was like, "Hey man, come get a drink." No, in real life they don't do that.
Why is it that you are quick to support him in his rant and rage, but you get mad at Monique?
No, I'm going to tell you the difference.
What's the difference?
When Katt Williams went on Shay Shay, he was answering the guys who went on there and mentioned him. Oh. Monique, in my opinion.
Wayans mentioned him too?
No, he talking about men wearing dresses. That don't have nothing to do with it.
I'm thinking because he said a lot of people's names.
I know, but he's saying that's why he went on there. Okay. When Monique did kind of what I was saying with the Taraji thing, with the timing and the not having the way you do it. She didn't do it like how Angela Bassett and how them.
And what about the Hughley when she made the comment about his daughter?
And then the daughter and stuff. I mean, you answering the question. You didn't have to bring in his daughter.
I know, but she's still a comedian with the angry spirit, throwing shade at somebody like he does.
But she didn't have to bring in. This is taking longer than I thought. She did not have to bring in D.L. Hughley's daughter and suicide or whatever that is.
Okay.
I don't have to. It's a difference. No,
but I'm just saying that even though there's a difference, that's how somebody.
I mean, you questioning me.
I'm just saying somebody can chime in on the show and go, "But you've been dogging out Monique all the time." I would tell you would have to have a disclaimer and explain it. Yeah, because she's a comedian too.
No, I wouldn't. I would just say you're a moron. Okay. There's obviously I didn't want to call you a moron because I would say that to them.
You really don't like her though. You've made that clear.
Oh God!
But you okay with him though? That's what I'm saying. He's funny. Other than you giving your clear description of why, I would still say we still give her props. She's funny and she's talented. So I at least try to build her up on that one, just like him. He ranted and raved, giving his view on men comedians wearing dresses, but he's still funny.
Katt Williams,
so give them their props.
Katt Williams did a stand-up routine, in my opinion.
Oh,
he was telling
sitting
jokes.
Down at a show.
Yeah. He was sitting down, but he was telling jokes. Oh. Saying Steve Harvey had a hair unit and stuff. That's not what Monique did. Okay. And I don't want to waste no more time on it.
Just keep it
There's
moving.
A difference between the two.
Keep it moving, though. You don't have to stop there.
No, I'm saying because you asked me.
Okay.
Well,
you said it.
So Dave Chappelle calls out Katt Williams for dissing other Black comedians. Why are you drawing ugly pictures of us? Dave Chappelle went on his comedy show, and basically he was making more of the point of not saying that what Katt was saying was not true as far as comedians stealing jokes and all this other stuff. Or he was saying kind of like, he said kind of what I said, but he said it much more better because he's a much better speaker than I am. Why are you focusing on Black comedians and not all comedians when you said about wearing the dresses and things like that. And I feel the same way, because when Black people wear it, it's a thing against Black people when they say Black men. But nobody says anything about Robin Williams or any of the other ones.
I forgot Tom Hanks wore.
Everybody, mostly every actor and every comedian in some form or shape has worn a dress, a man. Because I said it when we was looking at the thing, they see it as funny. They don't see it as anything else. They just see it as comedy. Mm-hmm. But Dave was more along the lines of, I get what you're saying, Katt, but you didn't, I feel like the platform and the way you did it, you didn't really have to do it that way. And that's kind of what we were saying. I agree with that. You can talk about the men. What does that have to do with their wives? You know what I'm saying? Like, you going way into a whole nother area, and you pretty much just kind of downing these Black comedians. And why? For what purpose? If it's just to answer what they said when they went on there, answer that and then move on.
Now, are you in agreement with what Dave Chappelle said? Or are you going back to what you said earlier? It's just stand up. He's just being funny, talking about men with dresses.
Well, that's kind of what
I'm like. I'm trying to figure out. I get it with the comedian thing with Katt. I get even the promotion of his new show. But where do we draw the line with, that's funny, everybody, he's just being funny, don't take it serious? Yeah, I agree with you, but don't take it serious.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So what are you trying to say?
And that's why I was saying Katt's interview was so compelling, which is probably why it has 50 million views.
Okay.
Because it was truth mixed in with comedy, mixed in with untruths.
Okay.
It was compelling. And people like that. But people like mess.
Yeah.
See, they don't talk about him adopting 5 kids. They don't talk about all the money that Katt gives. Katt is a very giving person. Mm-hmm. He really is. He gives a lot of money out to people. A lot of comedians who didn't have any, he let them stay at his place. He's not, when you hear Steve Harvey's the opposite when you meet him in person. They don't look me in the face, move down the hallway. Katt is more, you can come up to Katt and talk to him and stuff like that. So he's not a bad person.
Right.
But Corey Holcomb, I love how he said it. He said, I love Katt, but Katt got 2 sides. He's loving, but there's the other side of Katt too.
Well, you said a lot of comedians have 2 sides.
Have 2 sides.
But do you honestly
have 2 sides.
I know. Do you honestly think that aside the Katt Williams rant, and whatever he was doing and feeling in that moment, nobody should have said anything comedian wise. Dave Chappelle didn't have to say nothing.
No.
Steve Harvey didn't have to say nothing.
Well, that's kind of what Dave is saying.
Smiley didn't have to say. None of the comedians.
Oh, you mean reply?
That nobody needed to reply because he has 2 sides.
No, they clout chasing.
Oh,
Dave Chappelle.
So there's a purpose for them.
Mike Epps talked about Katt Williams' shirt because he knew that everybody was going to post it and say he can't stand there having a beef. He was like, hey, I'm just trying to get some clout. Dave Chappelle is the same way. Dave Chappelle is no fool. Okay? We would not be talking about Dave Chappelle's show if he didn't mention Katt Williams.
Oh, so a lot of
everybody
times,
clout chasing.
Okay.
These are comedians.
Because Steve didn't have to say nothing.
Steve didn't have to say nothing.
Okay.
Ricky Smiley didn't have to say anything. But after a while, Steve, somebody probably told Steve, man, they got 50 million views on that Shay Shay. Say something. And Steve was like, all right, I'll say something. Now everybody's tuning in to Family Feud.
So they're staying relevant. That's a promotion. That's marketing.
It's marketing.
All of that.
But what I don't want, and that's why I still say, if being a dumb show means that we got to have a million people, followers, I'll stick with the few people we have that come in.
And then
because we can't be stupid. We got to see stuff. Even if we wrong, we got to be like, I thought this out. Even though you don't agree with me, that's my opinion. And it's thought out. And I'm not led like sheep.
And I understand what you're saying even more so when you say, when they do this, what is the word you're saying? When they come back?
Clout chasing.
Okay. in the Monique situation, she got personal with his child.
That's the DL. If she would have just stayed on DL, I would have been like, okay. But it's like if Katt, when you were saying why do I say different?
Yeah.
Katt didn't, even though he talked about their wives being round faced or whatever, and that was funny. He didn't say, that's why your wife had a miscarriage, and that's why he didn't do them like that.
Or Wayne's daughter.
Yeah, he didn't do that. He stayed on fat face on liar, and that's funny. You know what I'm saying?
Or Steve Harvey can't read.
No, that's SNL.
Oh, they did that.
Yeah.
So they added stuff.
Yeah, that's not real.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't watch the interview.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another thing. For fans who are not watching the details of the interview, we think SNL is being funny with what's actually said.
Right.
Go ahead.
So that's my thing is, now because people are led by sheep, they don't even know which way to go because Dave Chappelle said something negative. They don't know how to have their own mind to think about something. That even Dave is clout. I love it because if I ever run into these guys recently, like now, later on it won't be relevant. But if I run into them now, I would love to tell Dave, yeah, you was clout chasing, weren't you? He'll laugh. Yes. 50 million views. Yes. I'm gonna say something.
Read what they say.
Okay. I hope they don't take me away from SNL because we was talking about SNL. Let me keep going.
Well, they're making a comment about what you just said about Dave Chappelle.
Emerald says, hey, ladies. Justice Frost says, hey, ladies. Hey, Emerald. Tarsha said, first time watching. Y'all are hilarious. Wendy says, hello, girls. I agree, Kim. Justice says, Dave should have stayed out of it or just crack jokes about it. I'm disappointed with Dave, but people thought that he was drunk when he was on stage. Katt has been saying some of this for years. Right. Dave's last special was disappointing. That's why he said something, Justice.
It was.
Yeah, that's why he said something.
I know Wendy said, watch the Dave Chappelle show. I watched it and I laughed maybe 3 times.
Wendy says they said Dave Chappelle New Year's Netflix show had very low ratings.
Very disappointing.
Justice says, yeah, Wendy, his heart wasn't in it. And Wendy said he was also poked fun at Illuminati type wives. Yeah. So the answer, y'all, that's why. So don't be disappointed in Dave, y'all. He did it for clout. I mean, his special, like you said, probably didn't do good. So now everybody's talking about Dave Chappelle. So he got to keep, y'all, this about money. You got to keep your name out there. Because then when I come back and ask for some more money, you ain't going to be like, don't nobody care what you got to say. What you talking about? I made one comment about Katt Williams and I've been on the news all week. Okay, you're right. We'll give you some more money. Okay. All right. Emerald says, hi, Justice and Wendy. Right. Okay. Now, we talked about SNL. SNL did a skit on Club Shay Shay when Katt Williams was on there. Okay. I thought it was funny. Some people didn't think it was funny.
They didn't?
Well, only people that, they love Katt Williams. Okay. But I thought it was funny.
And they got a lady playing him.
That's what's her name, the black girl.
I know.
I thought this was the funniest part. This line right here.
Keeping it completely real.
3 things are true about me. I am 5'3", I have never told a lie, and I am 6'3". Look, Hollywood created Kevin Hart. Everybody knows that Kevin was made in the same factory where they make Teddy Grahams.
That can't be true.
Then why the hell he smelled like cinnamon?
The original running time.
I mean, and the funny thing about it that made it funny to me was that, and again, that's what I liked about Shannon getting it. Shannon wasn't there to say, what? He was just like, what you saying there? Like, oh, come on now, Katt. Come on now,
somebody had criticized
and that's what made it funny.
For not putting the Steve guy.
That's what I said.
Who was making money
if he would have been on mine, if I would have been interviewing him, I would have been calling him to the carpet. But that's why Shay Shay got 50 million. Because nobody was caring about the truth. I felt like Katt was entertaining. That's why SNL did this. Did that. 3 things you can say about me. I'm 5'3", I never tell a lie, and I'm 6'3". That sums up that one part of that skit. Sums up Katt Williams on Shay Shay. 3 things you can say about me. I'm 5'3", I never tell a lie, and I'm 6'3".
Oh my God.
And anybody who is worth anything in comedy took it for that.
Okay.
Because we know the stories about Katt Williams. So we don't have to be, we're sitting here going, we know that that's not true, Katt. Katt, you got a whole bunch of writers for you.
But I guess
that help write your jokes. So don't say you have writers. A lot of comedians have writers.
But think about it this way. I'm thinking entertainers, athletes, those who have big followings.
Yes.
They have to be real careful because like you're saying,
people follow like sheep.
They will fight your battles for you.
And they follow like sheep.
They will, don't say that about him. And then they'll put it out there, and then it's the fans that are fighting. That's probably the whole thing with the games and the music in the music ministry. Help me. The fans are making the beef bigger.
Yes.
And when the drive-bys and somebody got shot in the studio, and it's the fans building all this
people make it worse.
Yeah.
And then the next time you see Katt Williams drinking coffee with Rick Smiley.
Yes.
I thought y'all was enemies. No. Tupac and Biggie were not enemies in real life.
Right.
The fans but they fanned it though. They fanned the flames.
I know. That's why you need to always be quick to say something. But if you're saying
they want that,
it don't matter to them because it's another whole. Okay.
It's the same thing today with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B.
Yeah.
The fans make it worse.
Yeah.
But they fan the flames. They'll post something. Nicki will post something. Cardi will post something, and then the Barbs and the Cardi B gang will go against each other.
When we was out for your birthday lunch today, the lady who was one of the waitresses there, she's not from this area. We were in Wisconsin. She said the Wisconsin fans.
I told you.
Green Bay Packers. She said she's never met fans like that.
I told you. That's why I said.
They are so out there.
They make you not like the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
It's the fans. They so annoying.
Oh.
So that's how I feel with this. I feel like everybody getting some clout off of it. So that's why we're going to keep talking about it, I guess. Okay. Because even SNL had to talk about it.
That's
50 million. And I'm really happy that the highest rated show
SNL?
was Club Shay Shay.
Oh, really?
He beat Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan had like 40 million or something.
Okay.
Shannon has 50 million so far.
With that show. Oh, wow.
I love it.
Okay.
A black man got his show #1 and making money
because
off
of that one topic.
Because of that one topic. I love it.
Got it.
Getting ready to cough again.
Another person not liking it.
He was also poked fun. Wendy said he was also poked fun at the Illuminati type wives. That's if there is an Illuminati. And if there's an Illuminati, they doing a horrible job of keeping these people at the top.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even think.
Emerald says, hi, Justice and Wendy. Everybody saying, Wendy says, I love Katt. Justice says, me too, Wendy. Wendy says, everybody say hi to each other. Wendy says, Justice, you miss Mahalia Jackson. Emerald says, happy birthday, Kim. Wendy says, happy birthday, Kim. Thank you. Justice says, no, I caught the Mahalia trivia. I loved it. Thank you. And Wendy says, oh, good. More this week. All right, y'all. And then the final part, I guess I gotta say it, is Marlon Wayans answers Katt Williams. And he answered the way I thought he would because he did white chicks.
Exactly.
So you know he gonna be against you saying somebody wearing a dress because that's,
And we said it in our last show about this. Why only mention the black brothers?
Well, that's what he said. Well, we said that.
Yeah.
He said he's sick of the constant criticism of black male comedians wearing dresses. Y'all don't say nothing, which is kind of what Dave Chappelle said. You don't say nothing about the white people.
Guys. Yeah. Go ahead.
So basically that's what he was saying, was that he didn't agree with it. It's funny. That's why he did it. But then there are times where they force you to, like we said with Steve Urkel. He didn't want to wear a dress, but they made him wear a dress if you want to keep your job. So there are times I do agree. That's why I said I'm not a man. So I'm not going to speak on it the way a man would speak on it. Where you have to wear a dress. And then there's sometimes where you don't have to wear one.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I did understand when Marlon was saying in his article, I get it because we're quick. Black people, we tend to be a little bit more harsher with each other.
Exactly.
And rougher with each other. And another race of people can be doing the same thing. Tom Hanks wore a dress.
Yes.
Robin Williams wore a dress. He mentioned Dustin Hoffman
and
wore
even
a dress.
even if they did say the same thing, they're not as harsh and critical.
Exactly.
Like even if they said, if white men and white people said, you guys are really trying to feminize men. But that was funny in Mrs. Doubtfire. That's what I'm saying.
Or they won't even say it.
Or they just won't say
They
nothing.
won't say the criticizing. We are one people, not just only people, because a lot of people are doing that now. But black people, we got that crabman mentality.
He said only black people sit there and go, man, our brothers are wearing dresses.
Yes. We did it for even Wendy last week when you did your trivia. Fetching, whatever.
Fetching.
Black people that are very critical about that.
Right.
And that was, at that time, that man had a lot of money.
Or to say that Bill Cosby kept him off. Yes. Why would you do that?
Why would you stop somebody
that's
else?
all I'm saying.
You may not like the style or don't agree with it, but why pull somebody down?
I'm not going to keep you from doing your bag.
Yes.
And then Marlon was saying, that's like me saying something bad about Flip Wilson.
Yeah.
Flip Wilson opened the door for a lot of black comedians. So why would I sit up here now in 2024 and say, what do he have on that dress for? That's what I think, and I don't know if it's inbred, but I really think that that's something that was, I think from slavery. From I think to keep you, in order for you to be one master with maybe 2 or 3 white men riding around on a horse and have 20, 30, 40 slaves, you got to keep them at each other. Yeah. You got to. You got to find things that they don't like. Like she light and you dark.
You in the house.
She master's favorite. You ain't master's favorite. You get to only be out in the yard for 12 hours in the field. She got to be out in the field for 16 hours.
You look better.
He master let her wear that dress. He ain't gonna let you wear no dress. Then it keeps you like this. So you'll never come together.
But
never.
You know what? There's a lot of history too, even when you go back to Africa. Not all, but there have been some tribes that are against each other.
True.
So that could be rooted in our culture from Africa. Because when Kim and I went to South Africa, we didn't realize how they know their tribes. Yeah, they know where they're from. I'm the Xhosa tribe. I'm whatever, and I'm like, wow. To know our tribe is like, oh, I love that.
But even when you say that, I agree but disagree. Because it's still tribal.
Okay.
We're not in the same tribe.
Right.
That's the crab in the bucket. We're literally in the same bucket.
All the slaves.
I can understand if it's a bucket of crabs here, and then a bucket, and then there's a bucket of crabs there.
Red crabs.
That's tribal.
Okay.
So then you say, I'm going to do whatever I can to keep those crabs in their bucket, and I'm going to keep my bucket out.
And we got our history, and we want to maintain our,
So maybe that's a thought. Maybe they took that because we were tribal, and they took that thing that was already in us and made it a negative.
Yeah, to fight each other.
That's a
because Native Americans are too. Native Americans, there's different Native American tribes. My mom's friend was from one tribe, and my grandmother was from a tribe. So they took
something that was positive,
building your family, your tribe,
and they figured out a way. How could I make them being proud of their tribe?
They stripped
us, turn that negative.
They stripped us from that proudness of our heritage.
Yeah. Or instead of you being tribal, be more individualistic. I'm going to pull him down because I want to get ahead more than that person. Where we wasn't like that. We were more tribal.
That's why
the tribe has to come up.
That's why when the civil rights movement was moving,
we were tribal. We were tribal.
But we came together.
That's tribal. We had one focus. One. Whether you rode the bus or not, you knew we had to get these things done.
Yes.
So we became what our ancestors ancestors wanted us to always be, which is a strong tribe.
Yes.
That's what Dave Chappelle probably is saying with Katt Williams.
Oh.
You breaking up the it's only a few of us, black comedians, that they let get on television.
Oh, that's true.
Why would you tear down something that's, go to him privately?
Yeah.
If you got a problem, hey, and he did, he said, I went to them and I told them. So then what,
I know.
I get what Dave is saying. I get what he's saying now.
Okay.
You don't take something that's part of who we are, ancestral, and turn it away from us, turn it negative. Because they'll sit back and watch you fight against yourselves and say you steal jokes, you wear dresses, when they do the same thing.
Exactly.
And nobody
talks about it. They're doing the same thing we're fighting about. Thank you.
Nobody talks about it.
And Marlon
Seinfeld's not on there saying such and such stole my joke.
Nope. So,
Nobody's doing it.
But we spent how long was that Shay show? Whatever his name is. That's why it got a lot of ratings, because we like hearing that.
So stop it.
It feeds our spirit. Yeah.
But yet you don't get the same energy when he asked him about his life. And about raising kids that he adopted.
Yeah.
They don't even talk about that part of the interview.
And that's the part where he's planting seeds that's doing well. He's helping children.
Bringing comedians on, young comedians, helping them, showing them. Nobody talks about that part of Katt Williams' interview.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yep.
The salacious part, the negative part, the crab in the bucket part, that's all everybody talks about.
Yep.
I remember when we first said this, I said, Katt Williams is a giver. He gives. He's a giver. I was trying to say some positive, even when I was saying something negative. Because I didn't want it to be a let's beat up Katt Williams segment.
Right.
I want to say what I like about him too.
Right. And that's fine, because we have this freedom of speech to do things. So that's why I was surprised. You made you gave your own reason why you felt these other comedians needed to say something. I felt they didn't need to.
They clout chasing.
They didn't need to.
Yeah.
They're all famous.
Yeah.
The ones that he named, every last comedian, other than what's his name, the heavy one.
Faison.
All the comedians he named, they got money. Cedric the Entertainer has his own show.
Too.
No, you know what I mean.
I know what you said. They got big
major
money.
shows.
Yes.
He got The Neighborhood. Steve Harvey got 10 jobs. The Wayans brothers. Dave Chappelle. They didn't have to say nothing. Let Katt be his act crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Wendy says, I don't get Marlon. Marlon's funny. Justice for, especially on the brothers. We're brothers, we're happy, and we're singing, and we're colored. He's funny.
Give me a high five.
Yeah. Justice says, we have to critique our people. It's done out of love and it keeps it real. Yes, but when you give critique, notice when people give constructive criticism.
Not just criticism.
If your teacher called you in to critique your page and said you was a buffoon and said your handwriting looks like something a kindergartner would do and says that I don't even know why you even in this class, you should probably come in late because you haven't picked up anything that I talked about for a whole hour, you would walk out defeated.
Yeah.
But if you walked in and your teacher gave you constructive,
she was saying your handwriting. I said, I noticed you need. I
noticed that you should improve in your handwriting. Guess what? There are tutors that can help you in that.
There you go. We don't know how to do that.
Maybe you should come earlier so that you don't come in late and you can see what I wrote on the board. If you need help, I can help you. Stay after class.
We have problems. Not everybody. But some of us have problems in that area.
Yes.
We can't give constructive criticisms because we're criticizing our own selves.
Exactly.
We're not happy with ourselves.
Yes.
We don't love ourselves to love someone like we should love ourselves.
Right.
So, yeah, you're
constructive criticism.
It's like the judging. We love to judge.
Or if you're going to get up and do a comedy bit, which is what I believe Katt did.
Okay.
Just laugh more.
Yeah.
Because then people would say, oh, Katt being funny.
Brush it off,
yeah.
Steve Harvey.
Or Katt laugh.
Ricky Smiley, brush it off and laugh.
Justice says, but we don't have to do those troops anymore. We have to push each other to do better. Yes.
Yeah.
And hey, Wendy, add Sammy Davis to your list. You got that, Wendy?
Oh, yeah, Wendy.
Sammy Davis Jr. Justice wants you to add that for this week. And Justice says, but they have been gatekeepers keeping Katt out. And
and another thing too, Wendy, Motown, even to now, because Motown changed a lot of entertainers from that old Motown sound.
Okay.
That I didn't know some artists was under the Motown label.
Like Boys to Men and stuff.
Yeah, Rick James.
I agree, Justice.
Go ahead.
That's why I said I didn't disapprove of the stuff that he said that was true.
Oh, okay. You had to weed it out, though.
But you gotta.
You don't know if it's
nobody.
true.
And if you're not in that world, you don't know what's. I mean, Katt stole a joke from JB Smoove.
Yeah.
So somebody saying somebody stole a joke. That was what's his name? He said, that comedian that said the same thing I said. No, he didn't say the same thing I said. He said this. He's saying what I'm saying right now.
Right.
I don't have a problem with you putting out other people's stuff, but put your own out.
Ooh.
Say we need to stop stealing every other's jokes, even though that's not going to happen. I can tell you that right now. Every comedian is going to steal somebody's joke.
Yeah, especially if it's like what Cedric did with the driving in the car.
If you want somebody, Marlon said in this same interview, in other words, if you want somebody not to steal your joke, it has to be something that comes only on you. He said nobody can steal a joke about having brothers that are in comedy that are famous.
Or Eddie Murphy's Aunt Bunny running down the stairs.
You make it so original. Nobody else can do Bernie Mac, him downstairs.
You want some milk and cookies?
If I get up on stage and say, yeah, so I was upstairs one day and my nephew was downstairs and he was like, she upstairs.
Or Bebe Kids. Like
nobody can steal Bebe Kids. Nobody can steal I Got Some Ice Cream. Nobody can steal Pimp Chronicles. That's Katt Williams. And I heard other people say the one where black people don't know big words. That's Katt Williams.
Peripheral view. So make it your own.
Make it your own.
I get it. But then, like you
said,
if
you're doing your mama joke or the sitting on a chair like you driving, man, I'm taking that.
Yeah, that's so generic. Yeah.
I'll take that now if I get up and do stand up. Y'all, I was in the car. Yeah. Now they're going to be like, that's Katt Williams. Because he made a big deal about it on Say Say. She's sitting on a chair doing a car.
But you know what? It also, what you're saying in the natural, also fits the spiritual. Your testimony and what God has done for you.
That from you.
That blind man, he was blind.
That's all I know.
And when Jesus touched his eyes, that's all I know. I can see now. You can't, if you don't have no other sermon to get up, somebody say, can you get up and share a word with us? Share a testimony. That's your own. That's your own experience, your own story.
That's it.
Go ahead.
And if somebody else does get up, maybe it was another guy who was blind and he can see.
He'll tell it a different way. I was blind at 3 years old.
Or if you get up and tell a testimony and say, I was in the crowd, I was blind, I couldn't see. He walked over and said, who is this man? He came over to me. He touched my eyes. He said, you, sir, are a blessing. You are a blessing and you should see forevermore. And I love you more than life itself. And another guy stands up and says the same exact thing.
You know what?
Everybody would say, you got that from that other blind guy.
You done stole his testimony.
Why would Jesus say the same exact thing? Now, maybe you was blind, but Jesus got to come up with some more lines. Wow. If he's saying the same exact thing.
Your story, your life is different. Oh, my God.
No. He told me go and sin no more. Okay, I was going to say.
Okay.
You got to throw something in there.
Make it different.
Make it different.
But I get it, though. You're right. New stuff. Fresh. Go ahead.
And Marlon said, they asked him, Big Boy asked him, has anybody ever stolen your joke? He said, yeah, I don't care. They stole Monique's joke.
I think were they the first black guys to do the white chicks?
They stole.
That's why he said they trying to do something memorable.
They stole Monique's joke in White Chicks.
They sure did.
Your mama so old, her breast milk is powder.
Yeah. See, I know. But
everybody steals everybody's jokes.
That's true.
Okay. So, how many stuff have people stolen from the Wayans brothers?
I know.
They used to it. Okay.
You can't do a trademark on jokes, I guess.
No, yeah. Just be funny.
Yeah.
And what do you got? One joke?
And so
is that all you got? Don't you got some more?
And a style. If you got a certain style,
nobody can steal Chris Tucker.
No, me.
And now, DC Young Fly came out, and everybody kept saying, "You sound like Chris Tucker." So he had to say, "I sound like him, but I don't do the same jokes as him."
He does
so
sound
that's
like him.
why he's been able to carve out his own identity, even though he sounds like
you do sound like that
Chris Tucker.
You got Dr.
Exactly. You just got to be funny.
Okay.
Justice says, that's it about the gatekeepers.
Okay.
All right. So that's enough with him. I don't want to do him anymore.
Somebody else can come out. Martin may come out. Who knows?
Martin might. You're right. Okay. All right, y'all. We have to talk about DeSantis drops out the presidential race, leaving Trump and Haley to face off in New Hampshire.
And that... we'll see how that goes.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis suspended his Republican presidential campaign on Sunday, ending his 2024 White House bid just before the New Hampshire primary, which is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But then he endorsed Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. Ron DeSantimonious endorsed Donald Trump, who pretty much called him everything but a child of God.
Trump said he wasn't going to call him that no more.
Oh, my God. These guys are ridiculous.
Because he's on his side now. I won't call you that name no more.
Oh, Vivek's not mega. Vivek's this. He's that. He's that. Oh, you dropped out. Oh, you're a friend
Vivek's a friend. Hey, come on over and play golf with me.
The decision leaves Trump and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley as the last major candidates remaining in the race. I personally still think that, we'll find out tomorrow, but I personally still think that Trump is going to win the nomination.
Some people were saying, and I laughed about it. Some people, this one news person said they feel that some people are strongly are against him to the point where they're crossing political parties to vote for her. Because even like how you feel sometime about the Biden administration is not doing a lot.
Right.
Some people are going, I'm going to jump the Democratic Party and vote for her because, I don't think you doing anything. And they may think that they want to hurry up and get Trump out.
And that's the problem is when people do that or say that, that gives more criticism that she's not a real true Republican. They'll say she's a rhino, a Republican in name only. Because if Democrats like you, obviously something's wrong. That's how they look at it.
Well, I'm thinking
she represents the old establishment.
But no, think about this. McCain's wife said it very clearly. She openly said, I am going to endorse the Democratic candidate because what was going on in the Republican Party, you can dislike all that Trump stands for so much that you cross parties to get rid of him. Because she did say at the table when she was at The View, the person that I'm voting for, even though they don't, I think even Cheney's, what's her name, Cheney, she even said it. Policies you can debate, but principle and democracy, you can't do nothing with that. If they go and take it and go a whole different direction, we can debate policies. I don't agree with your policies. Right. Let's go to the table and talk about it. And also, I trust that you will listen.
Also, they literally are in politics and they see him comb over as a threat to democracy. So as much as the way they probably see it as much, like you said, Liz Cheney said, I dislike Biden's policy.
Right.
I don't feel that he is going to destroy democracy.
Thank you.
That's how they look at it.
They'll maintain the way we are set up in our country with the voting and all of that. So
I look at it as we don't have a choice. 2024, God, I say this over and over again. He's snatching the covers off of man. He's exposing people. He's letting you see who people truly are. So that if you really, really want to support them or be their fan or be with them, you know exactly who that person is. So that when I come and judge, you won't say, oh, I didn't know that God is going to say, no, I revealed. It was revealed publicly who that person is. Mm-hmm. It was revealed in a spiritual world with these ministers. Mm-hmm. It was revealed in the political world. It's in the entertainment world. It's in your family. I am going to expose people in 2024. Mm-hmm. And if you continue to back them or support them, you're doing it on your own merit. Mm-hmm. Don't say it's because you didn't know. Right. Because I'm letting you know. Because I'm tired. God's Christ, I'm tired of people crying out saying, I didn't know, God. And God is saying, okay, so 2024, everything will be out in the open and you'll know. And you know why he has to do that, I believe? Why? Because of AI.
Why you say AI?
AI is, remember we talked about the story about AI now able to do your voice, a person's voice. Mm-hmm. And it don't even have to be you speaking. They just take your voice and put words to it. Yeah. So people are being scammed. People are calling with the AI voice saying, hey, Mom, this is Kim.
Send money
or
this way.
Send money. What's going on? Or not even hostage. Can you send me some money? Oh, okay. Where you at? Oh, I'm in Vegas. I decided to go for the week. In your own kid's voice.
Yeah. Yeah. They said try to keep passwords or a phrase where you can question your family members to know if it's really them or not.
And then after a while, AI gonna pick up on that.
Because you see when we're online, it says, are you a robot? I am not a robot.
And even pictures. Even you're not gonna even be able to believe a picture. Yeah. Because it'll be a picture of something and you go, that looks like that person. And it's AI. It's all AI. Generated.
It's something with Obama.
Everything. So the thing is that God is gonna say, I have to expose people so that you know what's real and what's fake. Yeah, he'll do that. Yeah, you're right. He would do that because it was been exposed that he'll do that. I don't think he'll do that though. It's gonna be like that. Well, you're gonna be like, that must be AI. And you got because he'll do that, but I don't think he'll do that.
And you got to be so connected to the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
which is the Spirit of truth. Where even leaving your house, the Holy Spirit would have to say, don't go right now.
Don't go down that street.
Or that's not a real person.
Yeah.
Or don't click submit because they're scamming you.
But it looks like my bank. That the whole face of it looks like my actual bank account. No.
God, I thank God for the Holy Spirit.
See?
If we can just listen to him.
So Ron DeSantis says, it's clear to me that a majority of the Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance. Mm-hmm. DeSantis said in a straight-to-camera video delivered in a tearful tone. He's so stale. He continued, I signed a pledge to support the Republican nominee, and I will honor that pledge. He has my endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican guard of yesteryear. A repackaged form of warmed over corporatism that Nikki Haley represents.
Now, what happens if let's just say for sake of argument, she becomes the nominee.
What are you going to say then?
You jerk.
Oh, no, she's not corporatism. I didn't mean that.
You could have at least waited until they do their voting and primaries, and then you could say, okay, I need to endorse. Alyssa brought up a good point on The View. She thinks this is all sexism. Because Fred Flintstone didn't want to support her. He don't want to support her, Tim Scott. And everybody is stabbing each other in the back because she was instrumental in getting Tim Scott in the Senate.
She was the one that appointed that mush mouth.
Yes, she did. And how is he backstabbing her?
By getting a fake wife and lying. Did you see that picture of him?
He
on the beach
proposing to his fiance. Go ahead.
We supposed to believe that mush mouth. Okay. Well. He wants to be vice president so bad. First of all, I was watching him. They was on some show. And the comments, you know how they had a comment section going by? People was just eating him up. Ooh. People was like, you're too ugly to be vice president.
Oh, stop.
I can't look at you. Blank, 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 blank. They don't want him.
Oh, no. They was calling him
ugly. If anybody in the face of this world needs hair, it's Tim Scott. He either needs hair on his head or a beard or a mustache. Something.
A beard may do some good for
That is an ugly man.
You know what? He ain't as ugly as Miles Davis.
And he's not, but see, Miles Davis was smooth.
Yeah.
Even though he's ugly.
Thing.
Even though Miles Davis was ugly to me, he was smooth.
You know what?
There's nothing smooth about Tim Scott. Other than his head.
That's not fair. Ugly musicians can get away. I don't know what it is. They can be ugly, and you hear them play that guitar. Ooh, I like, ooh.
And this guy with his 6 feet tall Prince boots, he can't run for governor again. He's aged out. So he has to be on Trump's cabinet.
Oh.
And Trump will get him. He'll probably get him because he needs
Vivek and Tim.
He needs Florida. So he'll probably put that 6 foot tall Prince boot wearing guy in the cabinet somewhere.
On The View, they talked we talked the other day about who does Comover think his VP would be, and he's not ready to announce it yet. But you'll like this person. You'll like this person.
Oh, so he knows who it is.
Oh, he has an idea who it is. Yeah.
Okay, who they think it is.
But remember, you said that one guy. Alyssa's thinking it could be a female or a black man. Nobody says Ben Carson.
I said Ben Carson.
And if he says you'll like this person.
We all like Ben Carson.
Ben Carson hasn't hurt anybody, and he's not a mean person. It might be Ben Carson. Because I can't think of no females. People don't trust Nikki Haley. They said if he was to ask her to be his vice president, she would jump in a minute.
Yeah, she would.
You think?
But he can't.
Why can't he?
Because the mega people don't like her.
Oh, okay.
It might be Ben Carson. I still think so.
More than Tim Scott. If he has to pick a black man.
Nobody wants Tim Scott.
It might be your friend Herschel Walker.
You know what I think of. Y'all didn't know you was going to pick me, did y'all? Let me tell you what I do. I am the vampire.
And he the werewolf.
And he the werewolf. Yeah. In my race, I was a werewolf. And he was a vampire. Don't get it mixed up now. I'm the vampire. And Tom over the werewolf. Now y'all like me now. Now we on the 40 line. Down we out there, right there. Right there. Now you got a defense right there. You got linebackers all lined up right there. Gonna stop you from getting in. Now, who you gonna get a ball to? Me. Right? Gonna get a ball to me. Now, just think about it this way. Trump is the quarterback. Right? And I is the receiver. I is. All right. Now we got a 40 line because we can't have no Biden. Biden gonna end up destroying the world. Can't have no Biden. This is Super Bowl right here.
Nobody's thought about Herschel Walker.
On November, that's the Super Bowl. You don't want Biden winning. Biden gonna destroy the arena. He ain't nothing but old terrors. He ain't gonna do nothing but just destroy the world. Now you don't want all the crowd coming all in. He ain't got no borders, no fences around the crowd coming all on the field.
Okay.
So you want somebody, you want two people. You want a werewolf quarterback, and you want a vampire receiver.
And he worked in the night, and I work in the day.
And I'm tell y'all one thing. Now y'all need to stop all this here, this crazy talk about him not liking black people. Just stop all of that. Now he don't like criminal black people. Now you black people who know how to get in line, he love y'all. The one that be behind him with a sign, he loves him. He loves Silk and Manisha.
What's her name? I thought Silk and Diamond.
But he didn't say her name at the funeral.
Oh, Lord, because he didn't remember.
Now, how he supposed to remember her name? You think he supposed to remember every black person's name?
Oh, my God.
I introduced it to my daughter. He don't even know my daughter's name. Trump, you know my daughter's name? Oh, Jaquana? No. Tamika? Oh, Jaquana? Oh. It's one of those black names.
Oh, God.
So leave him alone.
So nobody said him?
If he chose Herschel Walker.
I can see Ben Carson.
It's a joke. Yeah. If he chose Herschel Walker, if that don't tell you he want to be a dictator, nothing else will.
As a vice president. Or even Ben Carson. Ben Carson not going to get in his way.
You're right.
He is not going to get it. He gets very intelligent.
Yeah, so bring my vice president in here. We gotta discuss some stuff. My vice president's supposed to agree with me. So, got this idea here. What do you got the idea? What's going on, President? I got an idea here. So, anybody who talks about anybody wearing a toupee, they get voted out of the country. What you think about that, Carson? Not a bad idea.
You know what?
What do you think about that, Herschel Walker? Oh, is he gonna still be a werewolf? Yeah. I don't think there's no problem. If you got still alive, if they can still have toupee and still be a werewolf, they should be able to stay in this country.
You know what? That's just say for sake of going back to our first story. This would be worse than the Katt Williams making the comment about black men in a dress.
Yeah,
this would be worse.
This is the white people's equivalent of how black people is following after Katt.
Yes.
Anything that Trump does. Oh, he didn't mean that. When he said full immunity, he didn't mean full. Well, what did he mean? He meant like if he do something real bad, like what? Like if he pushed somebody off a building, should he still get immunity? Well, yeah, but why did he push him off the building? Because they didn't like his shoes. Well, they shouldn't have said they didn't like the shoes.
That's right. They can't say nothing negative. Okay, keep it moving.
Justice says we haven't heard from him, Scott, ever since he came out with the girlfriend.
I know. And let's hope and see.
See, I got a girl. I got a wife now. No, I forgot he
proposed to her.
Hooba Albert.
They haven't married yet, right?
Albert. I got me a wife, Albert. You think that's a good about her? No. What about her?
Fat Albert kids.
You think I'm good enough to be a vice president? No.
But he's endorsing Trump.
He gonna get rid of her as soon as Trump don't call him the vice president or a cabinet position.
Okay, we'll see. What's next?
Okay. You crack me up. What's next?
Because I want to get to the other story
Which one?
That you may have.
Which one?
Well, you may have to do that.
What other story?
Are you doing that today? You got time?
What story are you talking about?
The other ones that you had.
This one?
No. Oh, I guess you're near there. Okay. Never mind. I thought you had... Oh, you got rid of it.
No, that one I'll do tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Real quick.
She dated him, right? Is he a
Judge unseals, where's my thing? Unseals divorce case as conflict interest claims threaten Trump Georgia trial. So now remember we told you about this whole thing about Fonnie Wilson, Willis. And about her having an affair with this man. He's not good looking either. If I'm going to risk my whole life and legacy, is he going to be fine? He going to be where everybody be like, yeah, I can see her doing that. But anyway.
Okay.
Her having an affair with this dude, who is the chief prosecutor on the Trump case in Georgia. The election interference case. And that she appointed him, even though they say he's not qualified. And the reason why she appointed him is because they have an allegedly affair.
Oh, okay. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Allegedly, they have receipts showing they traveled together on where she sent him out of town to go on things, and then she's gone with him and all this other stuff. So the judge is allowing there to be a little one-off trial just to figure this out with this. And they have to bring evidence to show that she has had an affair with him and that he's been put into this position and that he shouldn't even be the prosecutor and she shouldn't have anything to do with the case. And she's saying, Fonnie is saying that his ex-wife is behind all of this and that she's jealous or whatever and whatever.
Why now?
She's never said it's not true.
But why now?
Somebody probably giving her some money on the Trump side.
Yeah. Hey, can you push this story?
But with all of that said, what does that have to do with election interference?
the shiny object.
It's a shiny object.
That the Republican Party.
Let's go. I don't even think y'all even need to have a trial. Pull him off of it. Pull her off of it. Don't have anything to do with this trial going forward.
Put somebody else on.
What does that have to do with anything?
Goal that she has. Keep it moving. She can jump off the train and the train can keep moving with another person that, does what she does.
A Georgia judge on Monday unsealed the divorce case involving a special prosecutor at the center of allegations concerning an improper relationship with Fulton County District Attorney who brought the racketeering case against Donald Trump over his effort to overturn the 2020 election results. The judge also stayed the position of the Fulton County District Attorney, Fonnie Willis, in the divorce until the special prosecutor, his name, Nathan Wade, whom she hired for a high-profile Trump case, had first testified about his relationship and financial conditions himself. Trump's co-defendant and 2020 campaign elections day operations chief, Michael Roman, has put forward a motion seeking to have the district attorney's office disqualified from bringing the case because of the alleged relationship. So his attorney, one of the Mar-a-Lago crime family, he's saying throw the whole case out because she got too much stuff going on in her office that's not good.
Why would they?
Which is stupid. Out?
Yes, it has nothing to do with the other one. One has nothing to do with the other.
If you murder somebody and you find out that the police department is corrupt, why does that get the person off for murder unless that police department is the one that has all the evidence? Everything came from them. But let's say that the person, they said they did it. There's other evidence that was from not even that police department. Why would they throw out the whole case? That doesn't make any sense.
Or just the fact that she's her as a lawyer. If there's any concerns with the one lawyer, sit her down and get another lawyer.
And get rid of him.
You are still being investigated for what you did to make sure if it's a crime or not. That doesn't change the fact that you did something allegedly, that they're checking you out. That lawyer has a problem with maybe a male stripper or something.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with the fact that you still messed up and we're investigating
That's
you.
it.
We'll bring in another lawyer to look at you if you really want to do that. Now, you're not throwing the whole case out.
And this case is not connected to the FBI's case. The Department of Justice.
Which is a whole nother level.
Is still saying you had election interference. So maybe you could try to throw one of them out. It's not going to throw all of them
Let's
out.
get you at the federal level then. Okay, let's say for sake
of
argument,
he wants to win.
Move Fannie out.
That's why he wants to win. Because he can get rid of the federal one if he wins president.
That's right, yeah. Not the
local one. See? So Trump and his allies, including Roman, were charged last year with violating the Georgia racketeering statute over their efforts to reverse the outcome of the 2020 election. Now, the complaint about this relationship between these two inside the district attorney's office surfaced in January, with Roman, who sought the dismissal of Willis, alleging that she personally profited from hiring Wade because he billed at least $653,000 in fees and used that money to pay for vacations for them to go.
But it still has nothing to do with the case that Comover is being investigated for. That's her. If that is allegedly what she's been doing with this guy, that's separate. If the judge makes a decision to remove them because they're too messy right now, another lawyer is going to step in.
Yes.
And continue the investigation.
The allegations are scheduled to be addressed next month after the Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee, who is presiding in the Trump case, set a hearing for February 15th. The date comes 2 weeks after the judge in the divorce case holds a hearing on whether to unseal. Wade started divorce proceedings the day after he was hired as a special prosecutor on the Trump case. So that's why they say this must be his wife being jealous and all this.
Okay.
The divorce turned contentious last year. And his wife complained that her husband had failed to disclose his finances, including income working on the Trump case. So it's all mixed up with a divorce. It's all messy. Mm-hmm. It's all of that. And I already told you that Fonnie, the brothers on the street already was going after her because of YSL.
Coming at the
and it was it was shady kind of what she did, allegedly. Mm-hmm. If you did date a guy who was on the street that was in that gang or whatever, and then you wasn't a prosecutor then, you was a defense attorney. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of the guys in YSL, you were their defense attorney. Mm-hmm. And then you switched over and became a prosecutor and used all that information that you gained as their defense attorney to lock them up. That is not right.
I always sit and wonder when I see people in these high-profile positions in their jobs, whether they're politicians, lawyers, doctors, whatever those positions are. You always sit there, even ministers, really ministers.
Yeah.
People don't have integrity anymore.
Right.
And I'm thinking, why don't we not make decisions in our lives as we're going? I know some of us have made bad decisions and we have to pay for it.
Right.
But a lot of times there's things that's common sense to not get involved
in. But everything gonna be exposed 2024.
Yes. Skeletons are coming out of everyone's closets.
And she found out the hard way, if this is true.
Wow.
Why would you go after Comb Over and not think he's going to find everything on you?
You would think they would get somebody else.
I'd be like, no, get somebody who that's got a squeaky leak, get them in there because this guy's going to throw everything in there but the kitchen sink. I hope they don't find none on Leticia.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I tell you.
So if it is true about all the stuff for Fonnie, again, get her out of there. I don't care about her. Mm-hmm. And him too.
Yep.
And bring some other prosecutors in there. But that has nothing to do with you interfering and destroying those two black women's lives.
Thank you. You still going to be investigated in the court. The case is still going forward.
And thank you. Okay. All right. Now, every day you always want to know who Charlamagne the God's donkey of the day is.
Yeah, apparently they're donkeys.
Fonnie. Yeah. Well, we don't know. It's alleged.
Okay, alleged.
Until it's proven, we don't know. It's all allegedly.
Go ahead.
Today, he gave it to, it was 225 teachers who received an extra $1,000 on their check for a bonus. And it was a mistake. Now they have to pay it back.
They knew that it was with their bonus.
No, they thought they got a bonus. They was happy.
No, but they were not supposed to get a bonus. They were not supposed to get a bonus.
Only new teachers were supposed to get a bonus. But they gave it to it was a payroll error. They gave it to all the teachers in the district.
So that's about $1,000 each.
$1,000, about $280,000. What is they supposed to pay it back as an accidental bonus? A school district in North Carolina didn't catch the payroll error for 5 days. Oh, a North Carolina school district is asking for 225 teachers to each pay back $1,250 in bonuses they received on their paychecks due in payroll error. So Charlamagne said, with all the stuff that teachers have to go through and the fact that y'all underpaid them and that they were just looking at the budget, they can afford $280,000. It was like a multi-million-dollar budget. Mm-hmm. He said, y'all should let them have that and give it to them as a bonus because y'all not going to give them a salary increase.
No, and then usually teachers pick it.
So they told them you can either pay it back in one lump sum or we can garnish it out of each one of your checks.
and they'll get even lower pay. Oh my God.
It's so if you was a teacher and you got that, I wouldn't have spent it. Because I would have said, obviously, this is a mistake.
5 days, right? That's when they caught it. Because I don't think I would have spent mine in that 5-day term. But I don't know if I had a bill due or some kind of serious payment of something. Yeah, they probably went right to, some of them went to the store and bought something.
The school district says, we understand the challenges this error may have caused, and we are committed to working closely with each of the teachers impacted. The statement said, we value the work of all our CMS employees and sincerely apologize for any distress or any inconvenience.
That's a hard one because one of my jobs, all of my jobs, we would get a bonus. And we really didn't know how much the bonus was because it depends on how well we did in our stocks and stuff.
But when you talk to other teachers and say, you got $1,200 too? Yeah, I did too. What about you, Hazel? I did too. I got $1,250. You think this is a mistake? Because they would tell them if they was getting a bonus. I don't know. I wouldn't have spent it.
I don't know. I probably would have spent mine.
You would have to pay it back.
I'd have to pay it back.
They're going to garnish them if you don't pay it back.
You know what's going to happen, though? The sad thing about it, this is going to knock their morale.
It's going to knock their morale.
A lot of these teachers are probably going to leave.
Because you already not paying them enough.
It make me pay back a bonus that I'm really deserving of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some teachers are probably, that number of 225 is probably going to dwindle down because I'm sure some teachers are upset about that.
So that you go. That was his, that was Charlemagne the God.
So the donkey is the school district.
The school district.
Oh,
for making them pay it back or garnishing their checks.
That's sad. I feel bad for those teachers.
But then some people would say, well, that was for new teachers. Then how do they feel? Give them more money then. Give all the bonuses, all the teachers $1,250. And give new teachers a $1,500 bonus sign on.
I feel bad for them.
So,
all right. Teachers are going to want to not even want to stay.
Don't forget to get our book, 100 Family Friendly Jokes. Mm-hmm. The link is in the description, and the book is on Amazon. Mm-hmm. And then you want to...
Yeah, I wanted to end out, in our prayer time to end out, I wanted to just share this poem because my mom and I have been reading about King Nebuchadnezzar in the book of Daniel. Mm-hmm. And a lot of his ways remind me of Comb Over. Ooh. It really does. Because it was saying Nebuchadnezzar established himself to be one of the most arrogant leaders in history, mm-hmm. so self-centered and prideful that God dealt with him most unusually. Mm-hmm. And if you go back and read the book of Daniel with Nebuchadnezzar, you all know about him being he turns into an animal. Mm-hmm. He becomes the long claws and the hair.
I think they say that's where they got Beauty and the Beast from.
You think that's probably it? The mm-hmm. story of Beauty and the Beast. Mm-hmm. This was a true beast. Mm-hmm.
And he's a beast, Alice. He's a beast
on the honeymooners. Oh my God!
Go ahead.
But this poem, in this teaching that this man was giving information about King Nebuchadnezzar and what he's gone through when he went through that, and how he had learned and became a different person through it. Humility. I'm praying that humility in all of us, that we just learn to be more humble, more open, more honest, treating our brothers with respect and love. When we keep giving updates about the politicians and they're fighting, the entertainers are fighting, and I'm like, Lord, we're such a prideful nation, and that spirit of pride is so ugly. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to share this poem written by Deborah Ann Belka, and for us to close out in our prayer time. Aside from a prayer, mm-hmm. This is what I want to close out with. Lord, take away the pride in the things I say and do. Let me take no pleasure in just my point of view. Mm-hmm. Teach me to be humble instead of being right, so I can stand worthy, pleasing in your sight. Help me to be meek, less of myself aware. Let not my ego cause other people to despair. Let me be grateful, modest in my needs. May I not be haughty in my acts and deeds. Okay. God does not like haughty spirits.
Pride goes before destruction.
And a haughty spirit before a fall. And we know that was one of Satan just carried pride with him.
You got to be able to be teachable.
And for me to think, he was created by God. He of all angels knew who God was.
Yep.
And to think you are above, or even thinking that you're more as beautiful or more whatever than who made you, that's pride, and mm-hmm. It's ugly. Mm-hmm. So I'm just praying right now for all of us, those who are listening under the sound of my voice. I pray for each and every family that's represented. I pray, oh God, that you will cover the families that are represented. Cover our family, oh God, with your blood. I pray our angels are dispatched to protect us as we come to and fro from our homes and wherever we go as far as our destinations, oh God. I pray, oh God, a spirit of adoption over all the people we've talked about today. I pray, oh God, that you would touch the hearts and the lives of the people, the comedians, oh God, if they're dealing with hurt or any thoughts that they have against one another, and even the areas in their own heart that needs to be purified, oh God, and cleansed. David said, create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit in me. And I just pray for the election, oh God, that's going forth tomorrow with the New Hampshire. I pray, oh God, that you lead and guide us in the right direction on who to vote for. Listen to them carefully and listen to the promises that they make, oh God, but that they're not the number ones that we put our trust in, because your word says not to put our trust and confidence in man, but in you. And you will direct us and guide our hearts in the right direction, oh God, even in their messiness. Your word says to pray for those who have authority over us, oh God. And we pray that these people will, we pray the spirit of adoption over these people's lives, oh God. And who else did we talk about? I think that was in the Fanny situation. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's messy, but we pray, oh God, you see all things, oh God. And I just pray that in spite of all of the messiness that's going on, God, that clarity will be given, truth will be revealed, and justice will be done, oh God. And I think that was it. Well, the teachers, oh God. We have teachers in our family. I know other people who are listening to us have teachers in their families, oh God. There are teachers that are struggling with trying to make ends meet, oh God, if they're not being paid high salaries. They instill in a lot of children, a lot of kids, and a lot of youth, oh God. And I just pray, even for these teachers and what they had to deal with, oh God, that you will allow opportunities for their salaries to increase, oh God, for the work that they do. We appreciate those who are in those education jobs, oh God, and in that whole environment of teaching and learning, oh God, because we need it. Our children need it. And I just thank you, oh God, for what you're going to be doing in the lives of these teachers, hopefully to not lose their morale and leave. But I just pray that they give them favor with their increases, oh God, that they do get an increase and may not even know where it's coming from, but it'd be favor for them, oh God. And then in my sister's birthday, thank you that you've given her another year, oh God. Ha, ha, ha. We give you glory and honor for every year that we're given on this side of glory, oh God. And I just thank you for those who may be celebrating birthdays, oh God. We give you glory and honor in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Another year. Thank you, Jesus. He didn't have to do it.
Yes.
Zine Coop said, that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that poem with us.
No problem. Good. Yes.
All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you like to do a Cash App, you could do you can, because I was looking at the Cash App thing, the $, the Woods Report, if you want to help support.
Okay.
Or give me a birthday present. I'll take that too. Thank you very much. And always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later. See you later, TikTok. Yeah, birthday present, y'all. See you later, YouTube. Happy birthday, Zen Coop.